So many people live their lives under constant stress and suffering, feeling almost as if they are addicted to this toxic lifestyle. Just by looking around, you can probably distinguish who is genuinely happy and who's not. Happy people being like a magnet as well as a source of inspiration for others. Everyone wants to eliminate any kind of suffering from their life. That is no longer a secret. Everybody wants to be happy and to live an extraordinary life. In fact, that is the main driving force behind almost every action you or other people do. This is my claim, and I know it may sound a bit radical at first, but think about it. What's the real reason you go to work? Why do you earn money? Why do you want to be in a relationship? Why do you do charity work? Well, if you were truly honest with yourself, what you discover is that you do all these because you're trying to avoid suffering. One of the ego's jobs is to make sure its needs are fulfilled, and so, even when you do charity work, you do it because that brings a sense of fulfillment and pleasure to your life. In short, the purpose behind almost everything you do is to make your ego feel good for a short period of time. And that, of course, is what creates suffering in your life for the reasons I will explain in just a moment. You see, when it comes to eliminating suffering from your life, there are all sorts of different things, tricks, and advice you can follow and implement depending on what is causing it. However, our purpose here is not to find a quick fix solution that can help you solve one problem in your life, but rather on finding a permanent one that can fix all of our suffering by eliminating the root cause. What I'm going to propose here is the key to eliminating all misery, so make sure you keep an open mind and stick until the end. Now, think of the following scenarios. If your suffering is caused by work problems, then it makes sense to improve that specific area in your life so that you can become better at it. If you are suffering because you don't have the latest car, phone, or clothes, then you'll work harder to make your money to then meet your needs. If you suffer because you cannot find a boyfriend or a girlfriend, then you'll try to do anything you can to improve that area in your life so that you can be happy. You get the idea. Now, you might ask yourself, what's wrong with that? Isn't that the purpose of self-improvement? Are you saying that I shouldn't be working on getting those problems fixed in my life? No. What I'm trying to communicate here is that those are just temporary solutions that aren't going to permanently fix your problem no matter how hard you try. You see, working on fixing your work problems is honorable, but as soon as you finish doing that, there will always be something else that demands your attention. As you have probably realized this on your own by now, no matter how much you try, no matter how hard you work, or how many achievements you have, there will always be something else that will create frustration and misery in your life. Don't get me wrong, working on fixing these problems in your life is great, especially at the lower stages of development. But rather than just focusing on fixing those never-ending problems, how about identifying and fixing the source of all these problems? So, do you want to know what is truly causing all this misery in your life? Do you want to learn the secret? Well, this is the answer. All suffering is caused by cravings, desires, and attachment. This is it. This is the root cause of all suffering in your life. You suffer because your ego craves new material things, experiences, job titles, sex, recognition, fame, money, all sorts of different pleasures, holidays, you name it. But the problem goes even deeper than this. You see, every time you acquire new things, every time you accomplish or do something new, your ego gets attached to that particular achievement because it gives itself a sense of stability, pleasure, and short satisfaction in life. In a way, you can say that the ego is the one who's creating all this suffering, frustration, and misery for you. And contrary to what you'd normally think, the solution is not trying to meet all your ego's needs because that's going to create even more problems. Learning to let go of desires, cravings, and attachments is what's really going to eliminate suffering from your life. Detachment being the magic key here. In Buddhism, the principle of non-attachment stays right at the core of understanding and practicing it. And while this is easier said than done, I want you to understand that you are the most complete form of existence that there can possibly be. You do not need anything to make you feel more fulfilled because everything is you. Everything is your creation. And this is what you must understand before you can liberate yourself from suffering. So, to wrap it up, learning how to let go of cravings, desires, as well as detaching yourself from any material objects, persons, achievements, places, and titles is what it takes to eliminate suffering. And the only way to do that is by transcending the ego so that you can realize your truest capacity. According to Buddhism, we must let go of attachment and desires if we are to experience happiness. This isn't just a concept. This is something that you can fully become aware of by understanding non-dualism. And a good starting point for you is by starting watching my other video on non-duality. Please like this video if you find this information helpful, and come join me on the forum where we can discuss more about these topics. My vision is to create a community where we can share free, valuable information that can potentially change the world for the better. If you wish, you can contribute to my work with as little as $2 on Patreon, this way helping to spread the message to more people who might benefit from watching this. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.